Alright folks, it's happening today. I'm going to be doing some repotting. This pot is definitely not complementing this plant in the look, but it is plastic. I'm going to be bringing this guy down to size, even though it's been growing very rapidly. I'm going to bring this guy down, take some cuttings, and I'm going to show you how to water propagate. So that's basically what the video is going to be about, just taking propagation cuttings and repotting in Monstera. Keep tuned. This is the best thing to clean your fish tank. A MagnaFloat magnetic gets the plants off of the glass. That kind of helped the fish tank out, but over time, yeah, fish don't really like it because it does cause vibration, but it's like the best thing ever invented. Thank you to whoever created the floating magnet aquarium cleaner, and it's patented. Thank you guys. Alright, so we're back. We're going to be taking this guy down to size, because you can see it's pretty lengthy. And I was looking at, well, I did a video on X, what should I do? Thought I saw something. What should I do with the plant? I was doing some research and I looked on logis.com. So they had this type of plant, which is has like a smaller leaf, as you see there, and this Monstera. So I bought these two around the same time. Basically, I just was trying to get in that $20 range, so I think I got both plants for $20. Check out that video. I'll put it right there, the link. But I got two different Monstera on adonsii. So this is typically called a Friedrich Stahli or something like that. And I was reading that the scientists that were discovering these plants, they thought there were two different kinds because of this spade type of leaves, and this one's a little bit longer. So what they came to find out that this and this plant are the same plant. This is just a juvenile form of the Monstera adonsii, or whatever you want to call it. So I know this is going to grow pretty vigorously, so we're going to be taking some node cuttings. What I have in my hand is a place where we're going to be cutting at. So I'm going to be cutting from here. So this is going to be my first cutting, and it's about 60 degrees out, and I'm not sure. I've been seeing robins around the area, so I know spring is on the way, but we're still getting that we're still getting that winter weather. It's still February, but we're still going to make some cuttings. So this is my first cut. So this is the node. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but the node is there, and you can kind of see there's two buds of roots coming out. So I'm going to come down a little bit and take my first ever cut. And I don't know if you can see that. It's a little difficult to see. It's on my hand more. Let's see, I can't even get it on there, but you got that, you got the idea. So this is going to be a new set of plant, and I'm going to get this in some waters shortly. And as we're bringing it down to size, I want to bring this up. And I'm going to take another cutting here, there. So that's another cutting. And And I'm taking another cutting there. Ooh, she's falling. I'm gonna take a longer cut from here. Boy, that was pretty strong. Couldn't do it. It's like falling down. I'm cutting this pretty vigorously, but I know it's gonna bounce back and we'll get a lot of new shoots off of it. So that's pretty much it. It's still pretty lengthy, but we still got a main mother plant. And this is how high it is now compared to what you saw earlier. So we still got some vining to go. But what we have here is all new plants that are going to be taken off. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new shoots that are going to be coming up soon. I'm going to get them in some water. So I just got these last night. I saw these and I'm like, I gotta get them. I got these from Marshall's. This was $10.90 or $9.99. This was $7.99. And you can see there's difference of heights. And I know I was going to be doing a video, so I picked this up because this would definitely give the Monsteras that look that I'm looking for. So that's my first cutting that I dropped in, and I had this water sitting overnight, and the chlorine's pretty much gone. And I'm going to drop this guy in there. We're going to get 2 nodes in there. So I'll leave these, and I have another spot that I am going to put these 2, but that's what these 2 look like. And this could be used as a terrarium, which I wanted it to, but since I definitely want to get these in some water, I'm going to not use it as a terrarium. I was thinking I could probably drill a nice size hole in between here to pull it out, but I might run into some issues if I drill the hole too small. So I think I'm not going to drill it at all. I'm just going to put the cuttings inside like so. And matter of fact, we'll put the longer cutting in there. Well, they're both about the same. And there you have it, folks. We got some new fresh Monsteras on the way. Hopefully it didn't cause you too much stress. I didn't do any rooting hormone, but I do have rooting hormone. You can use cinnamon. This is just regular cinnamon. I have it in a nice jar. It's plain old cinnamon. It's an antifungal, and it's also a rooting hormone. You can do that, or you can just buy some rooting hormone, which will kind of do the same thing. So I'm actually going to use some rooting hormone on these 2 since I have them here. So what I'm going to do is use that. Just do that just for a couple months. And then we're going to do cinnamon in this other one. much rope. So you can now see we got cinnamon on this guy and the rooting hormone on this guy, just to make it root a little better. And we're starting to warm up anyway. I usually keep my house generally around 71 to 73 all year round. And that's about the same, and my humidity is always like 70%. That's why I think these guys took off so well. But that's how you divide the Monstera adonsii. And then, like I said, this is the Friedrichs Valley or something like that. They do sell them on logis.com. I was going to buy one, but I think the Friedrich was out of stock at this point. This is February 17th, 2019. If you look at their site, if you look now, I don't know if they'll keep it updated, but I did send an alert. But I already have the plants here. I think they were selling for like $24. Forgot what the other Monstera adonsii, the mature version, what's that selling for, but I think that's available. This one's not. But just a little FYI on that. I don't work for Logis. I'm just putting it out there because they're the ones that actually, where I first stumbled upon that there's two different varieties, but it's actually the same plant. Once again, this is the younger version of the Monstera adonsii, and the actual Monstera adonsii without the Friedrichs Valley is the mature version of it. I guess when I received it, I received the mature version of a cutting that someone sent me off of Facebook the marketplace. And when I also bought this off of another seller on Facebook Marketplace, they got me the younger version. So I was actually able to get two types of aged Monsteras, which is a good thing that happened out of the blue, which was not planned at all. We're just stumbling upon that. That's really where I get my green thumb from. I just have kind of a large interest in plants that keeps growing. I'm not a botanist, but I do read a lot, and I also read and watch YouTube a lot, and that's what sparked the channel. I was also interested in outdoor plants, which I'm going to definitely be showing you those when spring comes along, because I have a lot of projects outside that I have to be doing, along with a lot of projects inside. So it's going to get crazy when spring starts, but I can't wait because I got a lot of great things I'd like to show you outside, and you're already seeing what's going on inside. So it's like a 365 type of channel. So next, what we're going to do is a repotting of the Monstera Monstera deliciosa, because I definitely got to get it out of that red pot and put it into something a lot better. Alright, so now we're going to repot the Monstera deliciosa in the more decorative pot that I got from Marshall's for $10.99. I tried to actually do a drill on it or put a drainage hole, but this pot is pretty solid. It's glazed, which would actually help moisture stay in the pot. But the only thing is this doesn't have the drainage hole, so I'm going to let it live like that for a while, but I'm going to monitor very closely how much water I put into this, because I don't want the plant to die from wet feet, and that's like a leading cause of it. So I'm actually going to have to make sure that I do not overwater this plant, because we don't want to kill it. So that's the main reason of a drainage hole. I think I'm getting better at planting, so I kind of have an idea when I need to water it. But like I said, I'm just going to... So the soil that I'm going to be using is Happy Frog. Once again, this has everything that I need for that plant to grow well. It has beneficial microbes and what's the other, fungi to help the plant absorb nutrients. We're entering spring, so this is like the best time to get it. I know I've had it for, I believe, 4 or 5 months. I got to check the video, but I want to pot this up with some Happy Frog I think I actually did a mixture of Pro Series or Pro Mix that absorbs and holds a little bit more water than the Happy Frog. So we'll mix those two together, and this is what we'll be going. And this is like a little bigger pot. It's going to give me about an inch around all sides, and that's going to be the final result. But with this, I'm going to be taking out the root ball, and I'll be able to take it out pretty easily. I'm just going to grasp the plant very gently and squeeze on the plastic. As a matter of fact, we're not making a mess, and it's kind of flopping over. As I could probably take a cutting from there because there's a node there and get me a new plant, but we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to basically try to make sure she gets out of there. And she's almost root bound. You can kind of see there's roots at the bottom. But I'm just going to put her in there, put him in there, whatever it is, and get this going. So now I'm going to grab the Happy Frog. I normally don't like to do this on videos, but I got to figure out a better way to video at the same time and pot at the same time. So we're loading it up with all that great soil, and that's where it starts at. So I'm like patting the soil, I'm smacking it to make the dirt get in there well and release those air bubbles and get the plant pretty much stable. I'm gonna pack it down. Still packing it down, it kind of looks like that, but it's wobbling over. And I had a stake in the other one. Actually, it's a chopstick. And I think I need to get something more secure because this guy is really flopping over. And that's pretty much it. That was pretty quick, right? So this is Rocky. Rocky, still holding strong. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm really optimistic about this guy because now I have like more white roots in there, and white roots are a sign of health. And you can kind of see the shoots coming out of the smaller root. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me take it out. You can see off the smaller roots there's like shoots coming out of there, and this mushy stuff is depleting, but there is hard wood, hard stems there that I do believe it's bouncing back. And I'm changing the water probably every 2 or 3 days, and this is my constellation that hopefully we'll see something popping out soon. But it's just establishing the root system. And guys, I'm definitely just keeping you updated. Also check out my Instagram. I actually want to show you some pictures of the shots I've been taking of my plants. Just keep watching and let me know what you're thinking. Definitely sign up and subscribe to my YouTube and check out other people's YouTube channels. I mean, you'll get a great idea what plants are out there. My next video is most likely going to be about my most wanted plants. I got a real desire for a escargot begonia. I've been looking at on Logis. It's not. That's how I was looking at Logis. It's not available right now. But I think probably in the spring it'll be available. I'll be getting that. I cannot wait to get that. There's other types of begonias, but the escargot, it has like a black with a white swirl on it. I'll show you a picture right there. That's on my most wanted list. Oh yeah, let me just get out of here. I don't want to waste more of your time. Everybody in the house is getting anxious, but they're making noises. But thanks for watching, and please subscribe.